Welcome to the second part of the Kasparov Gambit, and today we'll see the most interesting and one of the most famous game in this second match between Karpov and Kasparov, so the game number 16. So after e4 c5, knight f3, e6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight c6, knight b5. So as I explained in the first part, so black almost forced to play d6, and after c4, knight f6, knight c3. So white gains some space advantage, so we call this hedgehog or Maroczy bind position when white has two pawns in the center, e4 and c4, preventing black from early d5 and b5 lines. However, after a6, knight a3, so Kasparov discovered just quite brilliant idea to break the center after d6, d5. So I would like to remind you that in the game number 12, after c takes d5, e takes d5, and e takes d5, knight b4, Karpov played bishop c4. However, bishop g4 reaction was a big surprise for Karpov, and white almost immediately from the opening lost initiative. So already in the opening, Kasparov just achieved equal game after bishop e2, and then bishop takes e2 and queen e7. Just game very fast finished draw. So later on, 4 games later, game number 16 of this match, when Kasparov became the world champion, and this probably was one of the most critical moments in the chess history, I mean in the Kasparov against Karpov matches. So Karpov decided to follow his home preparation and play the move bishop e2, which is the idea of his famous second Efim Geller. So instead of trying to protect the pawn on d5, white decided to forget about this pawn on d5. The situation is quite interesting when white would like to achieve the development advantage when black is trying to win back a pawn. So the Karpov played bishop e2 move almost instantly when Kasparov, without minutes of consideration, almost immediately in the blitz tempo answered here bishop c5. And Karpov was just shocked by that move, because instead of trying to win the pawn on d5, black immediately plays with the bishop to c5, and this move was completely underestimated in the Karpov's home preparation, and Karpov, I would say, started to play here without any home analysis. So after 5 minutes of thought, he decided to castle, and only later on it was considered this short castle as one of the most natural continuations, but not the strongest one. And after the game I will show you what was discovered later on in the analysis of the game. However, short castling was played, and after short castling, white already under threat, knight takes d5. So black's king already out of the center, and the most natural and most standard reaction for white, of course, bishop f3. So protecting the pawn on d5 and threatening just to play knight c2 or knight c4, just bringing the last passive piece, I mean the knight on the side of the board, into the center square, or trading the black's knight on b4, just solves all white problems. And with the pawn up, because Karpov, I guess, just was feeling here very good. However, he was not considering how deep could be Kasparov's team preparation in this